about the raping,
the sodomizing of Ugandans. Shame on you. The BBC is the eye, is the voice for the voiceless around the world, including Uganda. You can talk about Pakistan and Afghanistan fighting. These are brothers. But you cannot talk about the injustice, the human rights abuses, the lack of democracy. We as Ugandans, this year, January the 15th, the brutal dictator held sham elections in Uganda. And Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Bobi Wine, he came out as the winner. But the brutal dictator robbed the Ugandans of their victory. The international community has condemned the action by this brutal dictator. CNN has condemned it. Sky News, they've condemned it. ITV, they've condemned it. Al Jazeera, they're still on the ground. The BBC is nowhere to be seen. I repeat, the breaking news about Uganda was yesterday when they reported 2 girls kissing one another. That is the breaking news by the BBC. They cannot talk about corruption in Uganda. They cannot talk about the injustice in Uganda. Democrats around the world, 41 years, does not represent democracy. 41 years of the junta in power does not represent human rights. The women you see standing behind me, they've gone through torture. And one of that torture, most of them have been raped. But the BBC is quiet. We are the victims of the brutal dictator M7 of Uganda. Would not be here if it wasn't the BBC to bring the brutal dictator M7 to Uganda. The BBC played a vital role, a structure reinforcement of what is happening in Uganda. They facilitated, enabled, supported this brutal dictator to hide his crimes against humanity. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Thank you.
hello, Ugandans.
Hello. Ewa. Paper down. Ewa. Paper down. Ewa. Everywhere. NUP. Ewa. Paper down.
Now, I want to make this clear. We are not enemies to BBC.
This is a man who has created war around the Great Lakes. When I say the Great Lakes, I mean DRC Congo. Museveni is M23. Museveni is in Southern Sudan. Museveni is in Central Africa. Museveni is Al-Shabaab in Somalia. This is all one man. And look at the biggest lie. The biggest lie by the BBC to claim that the 1 million Rwandese who were murdered in cold blood were Tutsi. That is fake news. The 1 million people who were murdered in Rwanda were Hutu. Kagame by then, he was serving in the army of Uganda as a major. And Museveni invaded Rwanda. This was Museveni invading Rwanda. Kagame was a major in the Ugandan army. Now he's the president of Rwanda. How on earth the BBC give the world fake news that the Hutu killed the Tutsi? It's the Tutsi who killed the Hutu in Rwanda. The BBC has never carried out a panorama program, at least even for 15 minutes, to go on the ground and get the facts right. What happened? When this was going on, the BBC was quiet. But when it comes to send immigrants back to Africa, the BBC is on the ground in Rwanda, trying to convince the world that you can come from a civilized country like the UK and be deported to Rwanda, where another second longest brutal dictator, Kagame of Rwanda, he has been in power for 27 years. And you are sending the so-called immigrants to Rwanda. What is the root causes of these refugees coming to the UK? It's because of the UK supposed dictators around the world, including Museveni, the brutal dictator of Uganda. When we talk about immigrants, the UK is the mother, is the main cause of why immigrants from Afghanistan, from Pakistan, all over the world come here because they've got something to claim. We claim security. We leave our countries because we are the victim of the UK policy, supporting dictators around the world. And when we run to save our lives, we are called illegal immigrants. But in Uganda, we've got over 3 million Indians. We've never called them immigrants. We've got over 500,000 UK citizens living in Kenya. We don't call them immigrants. Because we want to enjoy the same democracy we enjoy today here. That's the same rights we want to live in Africa, including Uganda. The brutal dictators have told you 500 armored patrol cars every day in his convoy, while a country like Uganda does not have even 20 working ambulances. St. Thomas Hospital down the road or Portland Hospital down the corner, they've got more ambulances than the whole country Uganda. That is where the £1 billion is sent every year by the UK government. That £1 billion should be helping our pensioners to have winter fuel money. That £1 billion should be helping the homeless in London and all the cities around the UK. That £1 billion should be helping our veterans who fought for democracy and the rights we enjoy today. And that money is being sent to the richest bastard, M7’ of Uganda, who is 15 billion rich. Shame on the BBC. The BBC has never carried out an investigation, a panorama program, where the brutal dictator got his riches from. M7’ is the second richest man in Africa.
Yes.
The businessman by the name of Dangote, a Nigerian businessman who made his money in the lawful channel. M7’ is the second richest man in Africa. Yes. This is your money. This is taxpayers' money. Yes. Being sent to Uganda. Yes. With no accountability. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. When we stand here, this is the reason why the BBC is not covering news about Uganda. Because the government will feel ashamed. We understand the corporation is part of the establishment. They have to say what 10 Downing Street say. They have to be in line with what the Prime Minister is talking about. The BBC, you have connived with the brutal dictator M7’ of Uganda in silencing the voice of change, democracy, respect of human rights, while here we enjoy the freedom of speech. If not, we will not be here standing. The women you see me behind me, I repeat, they've gone through torture, and the men, I repeat, we are not going to be ashamed to say the truth. Yes. We are the victim of the brutal dictator, M7’ of Uganda. Yeah. Wouldn't be here today if M7 wasn't in power in Uganda today. Financed, facilitated, enabled by the BBC. The BBC is the structural pillar of this dictatorship in Uganda. It's Uganda whereby Ugandans cannot afford a £1 paracetamol, but the brutal dictator, he has got a motorcade of 500 armored cars, and every day he spends £2.5 million. Shame on the BBC for not reporting. This should be the headline news. This should be the breaking news about Uganda. You have investigative journalists. They should be going to Uganda. I can see that girl going through. She worked for the BBC and I've seen her. But she has never reported about women in Uganda being raped. As a woman, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Shame on you.
You should be reporting about Ugandan women who are being raped on a daily basis. And you know that. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Thank you. DJ. Pardon.